everyone, my name is Timothy Lee Grant and welcome back to another Leet coding video. So we are going to be a little bit more targeted now. So I'm deciding that maybe the strategy of just doing a whole bunch of random problems kind of haphazardly isn't the best strategy. Initially, I was focusing on one topic, and then I was saying, like, I'm going to try to take it a little bit easier on Leetcode, and I'm just going to be a little bit more relaxed because I need to put more of my energy towards work. But what I've realized is it's actually not being that effective. The idea was I wanted to see a large variety of different problems and kind of let that sink into my subconscious. Now, perhaps it is doing its intended purpose, but I'm just not noticing it. Might be a possibility, but I think I'm going to be a little bit more targeted. I'm going to try to keep that kind of low intensity, just like we're gonna try to solve the problems, but it's not gonna be super intense. So let's focus on 2 pointers for the foreseeable future, until we feel a little bit better on these. So I'm just gonna start with the next easy one, which is this one, number 26. So let's see if we can do it. All right, so number 26, remove duplicates from sorted array. Given an integer array nums, okay, so we're given nums, sorted in non-decreasing order, okay, so that means increasing, yes. Remove the duplicates in place, such that each unique element appears only once. The relative order of the elements should be kept the same. Return the number of unique elements in nums. Okay, consider the number of unique elements nums to be k. To get accepted, you need to do the following things. Change the array nums such that the first k elements of nums contain the unique elements in the order which they are presented in nums initially. The remaining elements of nums are not important, as well as the size of nums. Return k. Okay, so it looks like we are needing to change this array nums. We're needing to alter it, and we need to return k, which means the number of unique elements in this nums list. Now, I'm a little bit confused. Are in nums. Okay, so let me draw this out a little bit. So I have nums. Nums is equal to, like this. Let's say 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. Okay. Now, am I able to just like delete that number, or do I need to put this number at the end? So I'm trying to figure out what exactly it's wanting before I proceed, and then I'm going to look at the example. So change the array nums such that the first k elements, that's why I'm saying, like, is it that I need to put it after? First k elements of nums contain the unique elements in the order they were present in nums initially. Okay. The remaining elements of nums are not important, as well as the size of nums. Well, also, actually, that it's not so simple as, now that I think about it, it's not so simple as just deleting that, because you can't, then I would need to move every single one of these elements over, which would be what, O of n squared? So that's not great. So actually, yeah, if I could like swap them somehow. Like I see the one here. Okay. So they're in increasing order. So they're sorted. And I need some way of kind of putting it at the end. I guess let me look at this. The judge will test your solution with the following code. So here, the expected answer with correct length calls your implementation, asserts that k is equal to the length of expected numbers, and then it will just look through the k indexes of the nums array and make sure that it's the expected values. Yeah, so we are able to just ignore, we're able to swap the values. So like put this at the end, and that essentially kind of like puts it into the ether. So it's not really viewed anymore. It doesn't exist according to our understanding of the world. Okay, so that doesn't fix the problem of how we're going to implement it. I'm not quite sure about that yet. Now it says 2 pointers. Okay, so there's a hint. We have 2 pointers. Somehow we're supposed to be using that. So if I have a pointer here, okay, and a pointer here, I can tell that they're a duplicate. Okay, so that's something. In the case that it's a duplicate, what do I want to do? I know that I want to put this out into the ether, so it wants to go here. So what if I just did this? I had a pointer here and a pointer here. And then from this pointer, I looked at the next index and saw that it was the same. Okay? Okay, so I have a pointer here and a pointer here. Can I swap this value and that value? No, because then it's not in ascending order anymore. So, quite an interesting conundrum we have in front of us here. So, if I have 2 pointers here, so like 1 pointer here and 1 pointer here, I know that I want to get rid of this number. That is something that I know I want to do. This number has to go away. And essentially, this number needs to replace it. Can I just grab this number and put it here? What I'm thinking is I grab this 2, I place it here, and then I place the 1 here. So then I have 2, 1. Okay, does that help me any? And now... No, because now I'm all... Well, what if I had a pointer here and my pointer here? Okay. And then I ask, are these two the same? No, they're not. So then I swap these two. 3 here and put a 1 there. So I'm swapping. Then I look here, is this the same as this? No, so I swap the 1. So now we have, oops, 4 here and a 1 there. Then I have a pointer here and a pointer here. I ask, are these two the same? And the answer is yes. So then I swap this one with 5. So 5 and 4. Now I have a pointer here and a pointer here. Oh, I'm all messed up. No, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, so let's go back. So we have a 4 here and a 5, and I had a 1 here. Okay. So this was our configuration at the beginning. And we know that we're going to be using 2 pointers. That's kind of the hint. That's the cheat. So I think normally we would not even have that information. So we have extra information that maybe we didn't legally obtain, right? So we know that we have 2 pointers, and that's kind of in Leetcode. I feel like one of the big difficulties is even trying to figure out what algorithm to use, and so we got a big hint. But even with that hint, I'm not quite sure how to do it. Well, so again, let me just I'm gonna write out what I know. Okay, so what do I know? I know that once I see 2 duplicates, when see 2 when I see 2 duplicates, what do I want to do? I know that I want to take that second duplicate and shove it into the ether. Shove into ether. Okay. How I do that is a little bit less clear. I mean, in Python, I technically have append, right? Can I do like this is like, instead of swapping something, I just do 1, like append. And then I do 2 here, but then what happens to this? I don't like that solution's not going to work either. Plus, I didn't like it. I didn't like that solution to begin with because I don't feel like doing append is even like valid. I don't think that that's what this problem is. You're supposed to do for this problem. So I didn't like that. I didn't feel good about that anyways. So I'm just gonna toss that out because number 1, I didn't like it. Number 2, even if I did want to use it, I don't quite know how. Okay, so there's 2 problems. But 2 problems for 2 pointers. Okay. I know that I also want to keep order of numbers. Okay. Which that keeping order of numbers seems to be the thing that is causing me to not be able to swap like the last value with the current value, right? So if 5 and 1 get swapped, okay, what does that do for me? 5 and 1 get swapped. Okay, it's out of order, but I'm gonna ignore that for a second. I'm gonna just see if I can find anything that kind of helps me because I am at a complete and total loss right now. Okay, so five and one, five and let me just write it so maybe I can see this more clearly because I'm not seeing anything right now. 5 and 1. Does that help me in any way? I don't care about this number, so therefore it doesn't exist. To me, I can say it doesn't exist. Okay. So now, can I put a pointer here and here? That's not gonna help me. I don't. Well, one here. I'm going back. Okay, 5. Now, okay. So man, this seems like a really simple problem. It doesn't feel like a simple problem to me. um, yo, what is this? Oh, come on. I can't be defeated by this problem. Come on. I can't be defeated by this problem. So, I. What if I use like 3 pointers? Okay, what if I use 3 pointers? Can I do anything with 3 pointers? I could have a pointer here, a pointer here, and a pointer here. Okay. This is going to be my... Okay, so I'm going to check, is this one and this one the same? If they are the same, I'm going to swap this pointer and this pointer. Okay. So now, this becomes 2, and this becomes 1. Okay, and now I am going to move this second pointer here. And the third pointer here. First pointer, or what if I have my second pointer here? Okay, what if I have my second pointer here? I don't move my second pointer, but then my third pointer is right here. So now I say, okay, my second pointer is here, and I check, is this and this the same? And now they're not the same anymore. Okay. So then what I can do, I have my third pointer here, right? So then I need to swap this one and this one. So I have 3 here and 1 there, and now my pointer, my first pointer's here, or no, first pointer's here, there. I would have to move my first pointer now. So my first pointer is here, my second pointer is here. My third pointer is here. Coding this is going to be an absolute nightmare. And then you're going to get all sorts of index outside the bounds of the array, right? Based off of, because I need to do something different based off of if my pointer is in 3 different locations, and based on if things are equal to each other, not equal to each other, each of the 3 pointers needs to be moving in unassociated dances. And okay, maybe I don't like this idea of 3 pointers very much either. Well, what if we like relax our time efficiency? I mean, what if I say like I have a pointer here and a pointer here, and then I just say screw it, and I just take this one and move it, put it like, then I just here and here and here and here and here, and then just move every single one over. I mean, that's a solution. There has to be a better solution than that. I can't think of one though. So let's try to do it. Let's see if we can even do it. So okay, I have nums. By the way, do you guys like my confidence? Even the one that I said, like, I'm completely throwing out the time efficiency. I'm just doing like anything, and my response was, let's see if I can do it. Let's see. Like, I'm not even confident in my ability to do this, to implement this one. So in terms of the finding an algorithm, I think I failed on that case. Now I'm practicing actually taking the algorithm that I have in my head, even though it's not a good algorithm, and trying to Okay, put it into code. Let's see if I'm able to make that second step, because I wasn't able to find an algorithm. Even though I got a massive hint here, I wasn't able to do that. But we can still try to take an algorithm, even if it's not the good one, and actually put it into code. So we're gonna try that second leap. Good practice, right? Being positive, being positive. Here we go. So let's actually try it. Let's try to do the really, in my opinion, inefficient solution, and then later we will go and see about the more efficient solution. So let's see if we can do the second part. Okay. So what do I want to do? I'm gonna have 2 pointers. So pointer 1 is going to be at 0, and pointer 2 is going to be at 1. Okay. Okay. So now, what if nums is like only one element? Then it's going to be outside the bounds of the array. So len nums is equal to length of nums. Okay. So now if len nums is less than 2, or I can say less than or equal to 1. That's a little bit more clear. Okay, then we just want to return length of nums. So if this array nums has no elements in it, it's already in sorted, right? So we can just leave it alone because there's no elements in there, and then just return 0. That's what we want. If nums has only one element in it, okay, that's already sorted. We can leave nums alone, and we can return 1. So now, at this point right here, we are guaranteed that nums at least has 2 elements in it. Okay, so now we start to write the code for the algorithm. While pointer 1 is less than length of nums minus 1. So length is going to give me the number of elements, right? So this is going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But pointer 1 is more of the index. So we're already off there, and I've been doing Leetcode so much that I should not be tripped up by these things. I've been doing Leetcode literally every single day for almost 2 months now, but I'm still... That's why I said it's good that we're practicing these. Taking the algorithm and putting it actually into code. Oh, man. So do I actually want this to be 2 right here? Because I want to stop when my pointer 1 gets here. Okay, sure. So then what can I do? I say pointer 1. So if pointer 1, no, if nums of pointer 1 is equal to nums of pointer 2, okay, if we found a duplicate, so while I do need a temp pointer. So temp equals pointer 2, because that's what we're trying to replace. Okay, but then we want the number above it. So, well, pointer 2 is less than length of nums minus 1. Oh, wait, but no, but it's the equal there. It's the equal there. So, well, it's less than. So, because this is indexed, so I said that this is 7. Let's go to an easier one. Nums is equal to, like this. Like, we have 1, 1, and 2. Okay, so lang nums is going to be 3. But then the index here is going to be 2. But because this is like, it's not like that. It's less than. Pointer 1 is going to be 0, 1, 2, and then stop. So because I want to stop here, it is this minus 1. And this one is going to be, I want to go all the way to the end. Okay. So now maybe total equals len nums. So now I can do total minus equals 1, so decrease it by 1. And then I just do my Rick and like rolling, like blah 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 blah, all of those, like okay. So okay, how do I want to actually swap though? I have temp here, pointer 2 here. I I'm kind of out of words for myself because I am in shock of myself. I shocked myself at my own inability. I am astonished at my own inability right now. Which is wonderful. Swapping those two. I can swap them. But I'm thinking pointer 2 is now going to be in a position that I don't know. I've kind of lost. Because okay, I swapped them. Good. And then I need another temp. Jeez. You need it. I need a temp 2. Temp 2. Is equal to... So normally I say that I'm like tired. I'm exhausted. My head's in a fog, right? Like, oh, it was a difficult day at work, something like that. I don't have an excuse today. I don't feel tired right now. I don't feel like my head is in a fog. Okay. And I was purposefully at work trying to make sure that I got my work done, right? But not put a ton of like emotion. You know what I mean? Like you can put emotion into things and get really tired. But I was trying to just, you know, go about my business kind of like a monk today. I was like, I'm gonna be preparing for Leetcode. I'm gonna save some energy for Leetcode. And it worked. I saved energy. I feel refreshed right now. So I don't have an excuse. That's what it means. Oof. Um, well, I feel like that robot, like I've fallen and I can't get up. Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. I feel like I've gotten myself into a quagmire right now. I don't think that we're on the right path. So, and I'm saying that for multiple reasons. We didn't choose the right algorithm, and then we were going to try to do an inefficient algorithm, but wasn't even able to get the inefficient algorithm. So we've double. So that the yeah. Again, and like thinking about it, it's not a difficult algorithm, so that's doesn't reflect very well on me at all. So, anyways, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this one. Um, yeah, we're gonna have to go look at the. Let's see solutions. Python. The intuition is to use two pointers. To iterate through the array, the variable j is used to keep track of the current index where a unique element should be placed. The initial value of j is 1 since the first element in the array is always unique and doesn't need to be changed. Okay, yeah, the first element doesn't need to be changed. Makes sense. The code starts iterating from. Man, I'm really concerned about the fact, though, that I wasn't able to take the algorithm that I came up with, regardless of if it wasn't an efficient algorithm. You know, finding the algorithm, sometimes you get, like, off on a weird thought, or I don't know. But sometimes, okay, fine. I didn't choose the right algorithm or come up with the right algorithm, but I did come up with an algorithm. Okay. I should have been able to take that algorithm that I had in my brain and actually expressed it in code. Not being able to do so is highly concerning to me. So right now I'm still processing like what I need to do about that because I'm not very happy with myself or not that makes it sound kind of bad. I don't mean like anything like that. I'm just saying like I think that there's a problem and I'm not happy with my abilities. That's more accurate. I'm not happy with my abilities. I feel that there's a problem and I'm not quite sure how to fix it. Perhaps it is just continuing practicing, but I've been practicing. Like that's again, that's kind of what's a little bit concerning to me is I've been doing Leetcode every single day for over 2 months now. I have a degree in engineering and I work as a not software engineer. My title is software engineer, but it's actually embedded systems engineer. So, but you know what I mean. Like, I've practiced. So my skills should be much higher, and it is. I'm just very concerned about that. It doesn't seem to be improving. Um, I would have expected to have been able to take that algorithm in my head that I had and express it in code. That should be kind of almost second nature to me. But I was not only like not able to, but just completely unable to. Just like washed. Like I can keep going. I can keep doing Leetcode. Okay. I can. So, yeah, I'm still analyzing right now. Like, what can I do to solve this problem? How can I improve myself? What should be my next steps? Very concerning. Okay, back to looking at the answer. Explanation. The code starts iterating from I equals 1 because we need to compare each element with its previous element to check for duplicates. Okay. From I equals 1, we need to check the previous one for duplicates, okay? Makes sense, right? Like, oh, okay, so I start here, and then I look back. I see a duplicate, okay? Okay. The main logic is inside the for loop. If the current element, nums of I, is not equal to the previous element, nums of I minus 1, it means we have encountered a new unique element. Okay? In that case, we can update nums of j with the value of the unique element at nums of I and then increment j by 1 to mark next position for a unique element. Okay. I'm just going to pretend like I understand what those sentences say, but there's words there. So, they're saying something. By doing this, we efficiently overwrite any duplicates in the array and only keep the unique elements. Okay? Once the loop finishes, the value of j represents the length of the resulting array with duplicates removed. What? Oh, okay. So j equals 1, I equals 1. So we're setting j and I equal to each other. Okay? If the previous element in I, so I does not equal, so if they're not equal to each other, then this nums of j equals nums of I. They're not equal to each other, then I swap it for some. But in this case, I'm swapping it with myself. J is 1, right? And I is 1. Okay, so I come here, and then I look, is this number equal to, or not equal to, this number? Well, it's not equal to it. Or it is equal to it, so we don't do anything. So then I is now here, and J is now here. So then I look at I here equal to this one, and they're not equal. So then what do I do? Nums of J equals nums of I. And I said J was here? Or was I here? I think I was here. J is here. So nums of J is equal to 2, and this is equal to 1. Okay, and then J comes here, and then I will iterate back and then be here. So now I check I not equal to I minus 1, but now I'm looking at this one now. So they're not equal though. So it's they're not equal. Like I'm checking if the number that I just swapped things with is equal to its like to itself. I well, so the answer is like 4 lines of code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's literally 6 lines of code. And now, looking at the answer, I am also I'm unable to even understand the answer when looking at it, and it's 6 lines of code. So, well, yeah, so that's okay. I mean, right now I'm still processing a lot to try to figure out. I don't I failed on all three steps: finding an algorithm, being able to take an algorithm and put it into code, and to even understand the solution. This is definitely an easy problem. Most concerning right now, is the fact that I was unable to take an algorithm in my head and express it in code. Second most concerning, highly concerning, is I was unable to read the solution and understand it. Okay, that also I should be able to almost fluently read code as well. Wasn't. And then third one is not being able to find the algorithm. I'm a little bit less concerned. I'm still concerned about it, especially because this is like a simple problem. So I'm concerned about all three, but what's really having me question myself right now is number one and number two. Or I guess 2 and 3, if in chronological order, but okay. So I want to come out and just say a solution, right? Like, oh, I'm going to take steps A, B, and C to improve these deficits in my capability. But right now, I'm not seeing any steps that I can take because the obvious step, which is practice, I've been specifically practicing Leetcode for a long time now. And I still feel like an absolute beginner. This is, if you would have given this question to me at the very beginning, before I've ever touched a single Leetcode question, I would have probably given the exact same performance that I'm giving right now. And that's after a lot of practice. So, is it some then the other thing that, because I'm trying to analyze it. Okay, is it just practice? Well, maybe I am missing fundamentals, right? Is there some fundamental thing in programming that I'm missing? So I'm going to be thinking about these questions. I'm going to try to figure out a game plan. I'm going to try to figure out, okay, based on what's happening, what can I do to best place myself and best improve myself, best improve my skills. Because right now I honestly don't quite know. Um, and I am, yeah, just speaking truthfully, I'm a little bit worried because I'm not seeing much improvement. And questions that should not trip me up at all, I am completely, it's almost like a foreign language to me. When I have been, so to speak, living in the country, right? Like I've been living in the Leetcode country. All right, so my video decided to stop recording. But, anyways, what I was saying is I feel like I've been living in this Leetcode country for 3 months now, and I've been immersed in it. I've been talking to the locals, right? Every single day. I've been trying to converse, learn this language. and I'm not seeing any improvement. Um, so how do I go forward? How do if I just continue in the path that I'm currently doing, that might not. I need to be thinking about these things. So moving forward, I am going to be trying to figure out what my next strategies are. I'm going to be trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to actually improve? How can I change the situation? So I'm going to be trying to think of these things. I'm going to be talking to I don't know many people who I can really talk to about this, cuz no one no one at work does Leetcode, right? Cuz I'm in the hardware department. So they don't even know what Leetcode is. So I can't ask them like what they hmm any suggestions? Right, like, do you guys have any ideas? I don't know. I'm a little bit stuck right now. So anyways, that's what I'm going to be doing moving forward. I'm going to be continuing to do Leetcode every single day. I'm going to be continuing to try to practice. I'm going to be continuing to try to move forward, and if I find any ideas, I am going to be bringing them to my YouTube to try to, figure out what's going on. So if any of this is interesting, subscribe. That would be amazing. Almost at, I think let me check how many subscribers I have. So I am at 600. Can you see it? I don't know. It's a little bit blurry. 633. So thank you to everyone who subscribed, and we are going to continue our Leetcode adventure. So not going to give up. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to keep moving forward. So anyways, yes, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's okay as well. I hope everyone has a nice and wonderful rest of the day. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Yes, all right. See you guys.